Let's take a look at SSO configuration in the Vega platform. Within our documents, navigate to the platform guide and the SSO configuration section. Familiarize yourself with the overview. And for today's exercise, we're going to do Azure as an example. And let's go ahead and do it. You'll be looking for enterprise applications, and then you'll want to add a new application. Once you're in this screen, you're going to create your own application. And you're going to give it a name. We're going to stick with non-gallery, and we're going to go ahead and create that. It may take just a moment. Once your application's been created, we'll start configuring that. Within the new app, navigate to the Single Sign-On section. We're going to select SAML. We'll find the basic SAML configuration, and let's go ahead and edit that. In the basic SAML configuration, click Add Identifier and add reply URL, and then fill in the fields with placeholder values and click Save. Once you've done that, we can move into the Attributes and Claims section 2. I've already edited mine, but this is what you're going to do. You'll first click on the required claim, and you'll go ahead and use an unspecified format. Source attribute is going to be user.mail, and then you'll save that. Under additional claims, you'll see some other entries. Those all need to be deleted. They're not necessary. So once you've deleted the additional claims that you find, you're going to add these 3 additional claims from the documentation. They need to be spelled and capitalized exactly as you see them. After you've completed the attributes and claims, back in the main section, under SAML certificates, you'll want to download specifically the base 64 certificate. On a machine with OpenSSL installed, you will want to place the cert in your local directory, and then you'll go ahead and run the syntax we've given you with your pathing names if necessary and your file names. And this is going to convert your .cer to a .pem output. Once you've got that .pem file available, then we're on for the next step. Now that you've converted the cert, head back to the Vega portal, and then you're going to go to Organizational Settings and Single Sign-On. Within the Single Sign-On section, you'll be able to configure up to 3 SSOs. Let's go ahead and add one now. And we can fill in placeholder values for the time being. We'll give our configuration a name. And then we're going to go ahead and upload signing certificate. All right, with your cert uploaded, go ahead and create. Once you've created the config, go ahead and drill back into it. Now we're going to go ahead and reveal the bottom section. That information from the PEM will be able to help us finish the configuration. So we'll go ahead and copy both those values. All right, once you've got those 2 values, we're going to move back to Azure, back into the single sign-on for our app, and you're going to edit the basic SAML configuration, replacing the first 2 items with the items that we got from the portal. After this is complete, we can move down to section 4, and the login URL and the Entra identifier are 2 items we're going to need. So copy those, and we're going to take those back once again to the portal. Back in the Vega portal, in your SSO configuration, You will replace the issuer URI with the Microsoft Entra identifier. You will replace the single sign-on URL with the login URL. Click Save. Now that we've completed the configuration in the Vega side, let's head back to Azure and back to our app where we'll configure the users as the final step. So within the application, users and groups, we're going to add user or group. Let's go ahead and select a group. These groups do not cascade. Each group will need to be individually added. Go ahead and assign that. Everyone in that group has now been assigned the user role, and they should be able to test access. From within the Single Sign-On tab, you can also run an access check. From the Test Section 5, you'll be able to test a sign-in, and there's also a good link to troubleshooting documentation if you need it. If you've followed along, your Azure configuration should look like this. And alternately, if you've completed the Okta instruction set, here's an example of a successful Okta integration. That completes the SSO setup steps. We hope that you have success, but if you run into any issues, please reach out to Vega because we're here to help you. Thanks.